Hi everyone, my name is Ana Ratahaphruks. I'm a student, or I was a student at Wake STEM Early College in Raleigh and North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics. I was in their online program. I graduated in May, and so now I'll be going to college in just a couple weeks. And I'll be pursuing engineering. But the funny part is, growing up, I really didn't like science and math or engineering. I loved arts and crafts and the humanities, and I don't think you would ever catch me doing science or math related activity. Uh, I just felt like it was so compartmentalized. I only thought you could do science if you were to work with a microscope or a robot, and at a young age, that just seemed like what it was until when I was in 8th grade, my science teacher asked me if I wanted to do a science fair project. And, the first answer was like, nope, I don't want to do that. But I gave it a chance and I was like, well, why not? And so I integrated my interest for cooking with my science fair project. I investigated the grade of olive oil, and uh, this was really eye-opening for me because I began to find something that I could pursue that didn't have to be the microscope or the robot. And from there, I began competing in science fairs every year throughout high school. Well, just about, except for my sophomore year. And this is where I would say science fairs has had a huge impact on my life. It's sort of like my community. A lot of kids, always look forward to their soccer games and their soccer teammates. And for me, it's like my science fair friends and my science fair community and all of the amazing scientists and volunteers and judges that I meet. My favorite thing isn't necessarily competing, but it's just getting to meet all the other kids and who share their passion for STEM and how they found that, kernel that sparked the joy that they wanted to pursue it further. And also sharing my research with other kids, like during the public meeting. It's so cool to see people's eyes light up like, oh, wow, you can do this with this. And also scientists to see that they're actually interested in my work. So it just makes you feel really special, and it's encouraging to see that they want to help you grow and learn in science. And so I had the opportunity to compete in a lot of different fairs. For example, I did the NCSEF fair, and I also went to North Carolina Student Academy of Science and the American Junior Academy of Science, and I went to Intel ISEF and the Beijing Fair, and all of those were incredible experiences. But my favorite part was always developing the relationships with people. I've been able to stay in contact with so many people, and they're still my friends today. And I think that's one of the best parts is you meet someone with such a connection to you because you're both really passionate about research and you want to continue and make an impact on the world around you. And as I said, I'm going into engineering. I might not continue necessarily engineering research. I have a newfound interest for STEM education and providing access to STEM resources to all sorts of people, even those in rural communities or historically underrepresented populations. So maybe doing research in that area or advocacy. And I don't know if I'll become an engineer necessarily. I might want to go into education or entrepreneurship, but engineering will always be an important aspect for me, and I plan to continue that through my college years. So if I could give advice to a student who's interested in pursuing STEM and STEM research, I would say always pursue your passions first or try to integrate them with your research. Of course, sometimes it may be hard to find that connection, but if possible, I think always go for it because it serves as a great motivator when you're pursuing these projects. So for example, I really liked arts and crafts, and when I saw that I could combine material called a shrinky dink, or it's also just a plastic sheet, and combine this with robotics, but also with my passion for like arts and origami. It was like a whole new world open for me, and I really was able to keep pursuing science after that.